There are many new tech inventions created in the world at a time. Some of these are extremely useful and become popular very fast, while others are more experimental in nature. And then there are some inventions that sound very weird in the sense that we could never have imagined them ourselves, but can be extremely useful for society. Consider a fitness band powered by sweat. It sounds quite weird, but it might encourage independence from charging and eventually a reduction in power usage, which the environment will thank us for. There are many other such weird tech inventions in the world that you can learn about. Some of these are actually quite useful, and some were made just for fun and are obviously not going to work out in the long run. But whatever their uses, do check out these tech inventions that sound like they are more science fiction than reality. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever we drop a new video. Now let's roll in. The first on the list today is the energy storing bricks. You know the bricks are commonly used to create houses and are manufactured in millions each year. Well, scientists may have found a way to store energy into those common bricks using a conductive polymer called PEDOT. After treating of normal bricks, they contain a network of tiny conductive PEDOT fibers that can light an LED for about 10 minutes straight. They can also be charged 10,000 times with less than a 10% loss in storage capacity. These bricks are still in a development phase, but if scientists are able to stabilize enough to create houses with them, then we could be charging our phones straight through the wall. Number 2. The electronic sensor pen. There are some times when we urgently need to write something down, but there is no paper. Then we run around the house finding some pen and paper, so we can note that down. But what if we don't need paper? Now there's an electronic sensor pens that you can use to write on virtually any surface like the table, a cushion, or even your hand. One example of this is the OTM Technologies Free, which allows you to write on any surface, and the 3D optimal tracking engine copies the motion to show the writing on a connected Bluetooth device like a phone, a tablet, a laptop, etc. So next time you can't find any paper, don't worry. Just write on the table instead. Number 3. Zoomable contact lenses. Next time you need to use binoculars, you can just use contact lenses instead. These zoomable contact lenses are designed such that they can zoom if you blink twice. They have embedded sensors that measure the electro-oculographic signals eye pupils make when they move left, right, top, or down. And they can react to these signals by zooming or going back to normal on command. These contact lenses have many applications in the future, such as automatically adjustable glasses, visual prosthetics, etc. And now you can say that you can change your view literally in the blink of an eye. At number 4, the 3-sided flip phone. Smartphones are pretty common these days, but they usually tend to have only one screen. Not this phone. This is a 3-sided flip phone that is created like a triangle with 3 sides. Apart from functioning as a flower vase, you can use this phone for multitasking. For example, you could use it as a hands-free video chatting device or to read a book. And if you don't prefer a 3D model and would like to go back to the old single screen style, you can collapse one of the screens off this phone so that it appears like a normal smartphone. Number 5. Flying taxis. If you live in the cities like New York, Shanghai, New Delhi, etc., you know that the traffic is insane. You might take 3 hours to get somewhere, which is actually only 1 hour away. So what's the solution to this crazy traffic problem? It's flying taxis, of course. With no place left on the roads, it might be the best idea to travel by air from one place to another. We already do this for long distances, but now it might be necessary and faster, for 10 to 15 kilometers as well. There are many companies that are working on creating smart taxis and are in development and testing phases right now, such as EHang in China, Vertical Aerospace in Britain, Volocopter in Germany, etc. Number 6. Healing nanobots. It might sound creepy to have small nanometer robots in your body, but it might become a reality by 2030. These nanobots have been applications in medicine, and their small size of around 1 to 100 nanometers makes it impossible to feel if they are there. They can be used as a replacement for blood cells that can carry oxygen throughout the body. Since these nanobots are even smaller than an actual red blood cell, that won't even be a problem. And they can be used to create artificial blood replacement fluids that can be used in emergency, first aid, blood transfusions, etc. Nanobots can also be used as a replacement for white blood cells, and currently, scientists are looking for their usefulness to combat cancer by destroying cancerous cells that are created in the body. Number 7. Robotic guide dogs. Guide dogs are important companions for the blind, but there are some people that cannot afford or house a dog because of some reasons. In that situation, the best alternative they could have is a robotic guide dog. These robotic dogs can fulfill all the functions of a real dog and also program the fastest and safest routes from one place to another for the blind. If there are any high-risk areas such as very busy roads, then the dog also has a manual mode where people can use it as a crane. And the best thing is that they are called Thea, after the ancient Greek Titan goddess of sight. Number 8. Flexible smartphone. There are a wide variety of smartphones on the market, but there is one thing they all have in common: they are rigid. You cannot exactly twist and roll your smartphones into different shapes, but that's about to change. Many companies, including Samsung, are working on rollable phones that look like smartphones, but you can open them into a screen double that's the size of a tablet. Who knows? Maybe tablets may become obsolete in the future because smartphones will fulfill that function. Number 9. Sweat-powered smartwatches. Everyone knows about smartwatches, and many of you might even own one. But have you ever heard of a smartwatch that can work with sweat? Scientists at the University of Glasgow in Scotland have created technology to generate electricity from the ions in your sweat. This can be used to charge electric devices and would work best with fitness wearables like Fitbit because you're mostly sweating when using them. While this tech is still in development stages and may require supplementation from traditional charging methods, it is still a great idea for reducing power usage. And who knows, you might be using sweat watches instead of smartwatches in the future. Number 10. A heart monitoring clothing. Heart diseases are one of the major causes of death all over the world. People who already have heart complications need to be extremely careful so that they don't trigger any future problems. While there are many heartbeat tracking applications in smartwatches and fitness devices, these are not always accurate. But a new t-shirt can solve this problem. Chimera, a smart clothing company, has created a smart t-shirt that has a single lead ECG built into it. It can transfer the heart rate to any device using Bluetooth, which can catch serious heart problems like arrhythmia or cardiac arrest fast enough to save lives. There are many more tech inventions in the world that can be qualified as weird. Maybe they're just weird because they sound unrealistic, but may become pretty common by 2050. And some of them are actually very useful and can save lives, like healing nanobots, heart monitoring clothes, and robotic guide dogs. Whatever their applications, let's see how these turn out in future and whether they become a commonplace or not. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. You can also share your thoughts in the comment box below. Which of the tech inventions you wish to see in action as soon as possible? Let us know. Thank you.